Hi. Did you ever have a Christmas where you got a present and it was something you really wanted, but for whatever reason couldn't use it at the time? Like, a kid and the toy doesn't have any batteries or something. Well, today's the day I get to use a Christmas present I got, and I'm very excited about it. That event, as you probably all well know already, is Autosport International 2020. Let's go. So travelling to the NEC from where I was staying, got there trying to find where to park, on the way to find a way into the NEC. Got there a little bit early. Have a look at the Formula One display itself. So you had the Mercedes, McLarens, Force Indias, Williams. A lot of the cars are all reasonably new cars from probably 2017 onwards, but being show cars, they're a bit of a collection, but still it's good to be able to see them all in flash. Some of them mixed front wings, some of them from last year, some of them with the more complicated designs. I really love the 70th anniversary display. You had the 2014 Mercedes, you had the Porsche 919, you had Gen 1 Formula E cars. Nice tribute from Mercedes. So Audis, Braun. Mansell's FW14B from 1992. Strangely, the Indy car there, I think, is actually the 1994 one that he didn't do so well in. It was the MP44, Senna's classic car. Silhouette Jaguar is just an amazing display. Lotus 49, Porsche 917 in the Golf livery, very, very nice. Stratos rally car from the 70s, it's very sweet. And Mario's car, Lotus 79, won the World Championship the year I was born. Absolutely some classic equipment there. Maserati 250, I think it is. There's a Jaguar. All very, very shiny, all very, very nice. So over by the Hall 3A, Virgin. I always like the livery on this. It's a very nice looking car. A little bit of graffiti from Lando and Johnny. A quick look around the Generation 1 Jaguar Formula E car. That's a good looking car. Yeah. And then the Gen 2 car. It's a much more sci-fi looking beast. It wouldn't look at a place in something like Buck Rogers, maybe, I don't know. Oh, there's all the drivers. So much stuff to see. There's Schumacher's Benetton. In that lot somewhere is the whole esports stuff. Never spent too much time in there, unfortunately. Ferraris. The British F4 car. Renault Euro Cup car, sorry. Oscar Piastri. But I love my GT cars. I'm especially a Ferrari fan, so the FF Corsa, I spent a little bit of time in there having a look at that car. So you had this stuff going on. That's Johnny.
As I was saying to Johnny earlier, he kind of mildly...
Quite an interesting one from Karoon. Just a bit of background into sort of the mentality of drivers when they're competing for championships.
The great bromance may end, the social media love story may come to a terrible conclusion.
Yeah, I think so, and I think, but in a way, I think that's if they're truly hungry and truly ruthless enough to be one of the greats, like Senna, like Schumacher, like Prost, you know, then they all fell out with their teammates, didn't they? They're selfish, hard drivers who are trying to do the best for themselves to be the world champion that year. So yeah, I could see a situation where if they get a car that's fighting for the championship, they will follow. But that's unfortunately what happens in the sport. Racing drivers are weird, competitive people.
With 20 minutes left before Charles came on stage, it was starting to get quite busy.
May I introduce the person you've all been waiting for? From Monaco, your hometown, sir. It is he, Charles Leclerc. Lovely to see you, Charles.
I may have cheered a little bit at that point.
Okay, Harry asks, if you could invite any 3 Formula One drivers, past or present, for a dinner party, who would you invite and why? You'd probably need to pick people who wouldn't fight as well, wouldn't you?
Probably, well, Pierre Gasly, as he's a very good friend of mine, Daniel Ricciardo, because yeah, also he's a good friend of mine, and James Hunt, probably.
James Hunt. Tell us why James Hunt, because he's
I don't know. He looks like a funny guy. So yeah, just to get to know him a bit better.
He was a funny guy, actually. Jeff from Chepstow asks, what is your favourite cheese? From the internet, Megan asks, what track do you find most challenging and what, we're on safer ground here, aren't we? What track do you find most challenging and why?
Overall, the city tracks are the one that are most challenging. Apart from them, probably Suzuka. The first sector is very, very technical, and if you miss one corner, then you are late for all the others, and you are losing a lot of lap time. So Suzuka, and then and yeah, in the city tracks, probably Monaco and Singapore are my 2 favorite tracks, but probably the 2 most challenging tracks of the season.
Tough is because Singapore, you're sweating basically all the time, aren't you? It's really hot, and so it's a big race.
The race in Singapore is extremely difficult because it's very, very warm. Night race, so for the eyes also you are making a lot more effort, and I think it's also the longest race of the season. We are always close to 2 hours, and yeah, there are walls, so you can't afford to do any mistakes, but I enjoy this.
I think the Singapore government like to get their money's worth, so that's why it's so long. Right, another question from the internet. Joel asks, what's your favourite moment from your Formula One career and why?
Monza, yeah, without any doubt. Just for the same reasons I said earlier. Yeah, to be on that podium and to see so many people cheering for one team and the team I'm racing for was something very, very special.
Seeing Charles on stage was great. Getting him to sign our helmet and picture when we saw him in F2 was brilliant. And then on to seeing everything else. Back to looking at the Formula One cars, the Pirelli display, obviously that, GT cars, the McLaren Senna, which is always a very diversive car, but it's definitely a piece of engineering. And the F2 on the new wheels. So it actually suits the character. I think it's quite an aggressive look, which I quite like. It'll be good to see them battling again next year anyway. The trophy from Blancpain in 2015. Racing overalls. Bespoke ones there. There's one from Giuliano Alessi. Yeah, Various helmets as Charles, Lance Stroll, Jenson Buttons, Michaels, obviously Ayrton's, James Hunt's, Dan Gurney, Bobby Unser, and the Stick. So then they're into the BTCC area. Haven't seen a lot of that in recent years, but always used to enjoy it very much. I think this have just got into more into GT. There's a limited amount you can end up watching sometimes. A couple of Astons, there's a nice signature on that one. And some more of the GT Cup cars. And obviously the Le Mans winning Toyota. The Porsche, Ferraris, more Ferraris, Maserati GT car. There's a whole world of other stuff as you got further into it, more national championship bits and pieces. It's just the further you delve, the deeper you got into it, just found everything. So the more obscure stuff is right at the end. And then you get to the performance and tuning car show, where you find stuff like that, and that, and about 20 bazillion Lamborghinis. Not so sure about the colour on that one, but then I don't need to be. Love that car. Deranged, nice. And a Lamborghini, and another Ferrari, and another Lamborghini. Like the bonnet thing on that one. Do you want yours in red or black, sir? The amount of money's worth of cars that were sitting in there. So we'll take a normal car and then we'll add £30,000, £50,000 worth of like just bling to it. I know some of them are more subtle than others, if it's possible to have a subtle Lamborghini. And there's another McLaren Senna. Yep. And Nissan, which looks to have some money spent on it. It's a Superleggera Lamborghini. So 3 of them there in that shot. They're just everywhere. Lamborghini, 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 and then you have that Ford Fiesta in an interesting colour scheme. And then to the live arena. Went backstage first around it, seeing some of the cars while they were being prepped. I loved that on the back of one of the cars. Some of the stuff from when they were actually on the floor. And then some of the video itself. So that was the view I had of the arena. And some of the stunts on there were just impressive. It's like I know you see it on TV or whatever all the time, but actually watching it in the flesh while people are doing some of this stuff. There's some sort of oval circuit racing, which was fun to watch. Some of the acceleration them cars actually had was great. Quite a lot of kind of drifting stuff going on. But it's all precision. It's the way the front wheels lift off the ground with these ones. Crazy stuff. And they're off. It's like massively overpowering the chassis. I would not like to be them guardsmen standing in the middle of that lot. And some more racing. Terry Grant stunt show. You've got to have a lot of faith to be doing that sort of thing. Those things were incredibly noisy. I mean, I've got the sound turned down at the moment because of the background music, which legal issues. Then some incredibly cool drifting stuff going on. I'm pretty sure they had like pyrotechnics out the side of the cars on occasion. It could just be the exhausts. There were a couple of moments I wasn't entirely sure these two didn't collide. And then looking at other stuff, Simon, who I know off the internet, the rest of the Scuderia Ferrari Club Silverstone guys that were there, which was good to meet them. And then it was time to say bye-bye. And that was the day. So, yeah, today is over. It has been a really good day. I've got everything done I'd meant to get done. So saw Sheldon's interview, got the things autographed from him I'd hoped to. Got a few other autographs. There's people I missed, unfortunately, but that's the luck of the draw sometimes. But everything that I'd hoped to get done, I've got done. And I've had a great time looking around it all. So all it remains for me to say is thank you for watching. Bye bye.